Surprise, surprise. It's always a surprise to me. All right. I gotta get some WD-40 for that rascal. All right, so let's see. It's 12, it's 1:47 here. That's 2:47 Eastern, which means we have 12 and a half minutes before show. That's good. Okay. So got time to get organized here a little bit. Check, mic check. Let's get this mic where it belongs, right there. Test one. Oh, nope, nope. Come on, come on, come on. Why are you not? Are you loose? Are you loose? You are loose. Is that better? No. Is that better? No. You know what? I think I need a. Oh, well, that's better. That'll have to do. Donkey. All right. All right. So let's see. So what is going on today with you guys? Underwhelming show, I know. I can tell you that right at the beginning, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Fun. We're concentrating on fun here today, not technology, but humor as a change. You know, on YouTube, the Streaming Idiot shows are classified as comedy. That's the category we selected. Excuse me. Okay. So we'll just wait for the basket of deplorables to show up. I'm feeling in rare form today. You know, probably the reason is because I had a cup of coffee, and it's in my wonderful little Yeti cup that my son and daughter-in-law gave me, and it's still warm from this morning. So this is good. Still hot. Isn't that amazing? Like the old thermoses. You could put hot stuff in it and it would stay hot. You could put cold stuff in it and it would say cold. How did it know? That was one of my father-in-law's favorite jokes. How do it know? Funny. Yeah, so let's see. Can we move that camera around? Let's see. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit. We'll move it back, I promise. Yeah. We got most of it, some of it. Don't go any further. Let's see right there. So this shot right here is my streaming rig. Not a particularly good shot of it. I'll try to get a better shot set up of it later, but you can see the GeForce RTX. It's a 4070 Ti connected to 1, 2, 3 monitors. And then you can see a slew of USBs and an RJ45. That's my internet. And then, you know, mouse, keyboard. One of the gray ones is the Behringer UMC 404 HD audio interface. A couple of them are webcams. And what else? Oh, and one of them is a USB hub. So, and that I use for, you know, thumb drives and charging phones and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's see if we can move this guy back to where he was. And up a little bit. Ting, 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 ting. Yeah, that'll have to do right there. Oops. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, hello, John. Yeah, it's good to see you. Glad to have you. Yes, indeed. The 404 HD, that's the Behringer UMC 404 HD, is actually the exact same audio interface used by the vMix guys for 7 or 8 years on the vMix Funtime live show. I don't know if they still do it. It wasn't on their list last week or last month, but it's what I've been using for umpteen years. I had a Behringer. I started out with mixers, and mixers never really did what I wanted. They were confusing. They had lots of buttons that routed stuff here and there, and I'm not the brightest bulb, and I wasn't an audio guy. Still am not an audio guy, but I had trouble understanding it. Really did. And I didn't have a lot of options so far as mix minus and auxiliary buses and that kind of thing. And I found out that with the Behringer, using the ASIO driver, I could bring in each of the mics independently. And if I was monitoring the audio on the Behringer, on the UMC 404 HD, there was no latency. If I monitored it on the PC, there was just a little bit of latency, enough to drive me cray-cray. And so plugging in that USB, you can actually mix a little bit of return audio back to it. So that was the ticket. That was the ticket. Well, that either means I'm brilliant like you, John, or you're an idiot like me. Pick your poison. Which is worse? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. That is too funny. Too much funny. Too much funny. Oh my gosh. So you guys are going to be prominently featured on today's show. I didn't know if you knew that. I should have given you a heads up on that. So yeah. And Maggie, where's Maggie? We need to give a shout out to Maggie, because Maggie's going to be, X-Keys is going to be prominently featured. Let me send her a Facebook message here real quick. Messenger, M-A-G-G-I-E, Maggie LeBlanc. You guys are on today's show. Starting in 5 minutes. There we go. Got that done. It's amazing what you can do with technology these days. You know, you can be in touch with anybody, anywhere, anytime. And anybody that says, oh, I didn't get your message, probably didn't want to get your message. Ah, very good, very good, very good. Aziz, can't wait to get my PTZ camera as my Christmas gift. You're giving yourself a camera for Christmas? Now that is a sweet idea. When was the last time I gave myself something for Christmas? I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. But that's okay. That's okay. I buy myself pretty much whatever I want during the year, and I call it a business expense. Yeah, I really needed this multi-pronged cable doodad. Or I'll show it. I need to do a studio tour at some point, but I had my streaming PC, my production PC in a 4U case for a while, and then just had the top off of it because I was constantly swapping things in and out. Not that, that's just really stupid. What I need is an open air case so that I can get easy access to everything that I want to change or try out or test or whatever. And so I got one, and it's really nice. I really like it. It's one of those cast aluminum guys that you put together, and it kind of has a big platform. Everything mounts on the platform, and stuff can hang underneath. You thought I was going to give it to you. Well, I'll give you some advice. It's It's worth what you pay for it. No, the advice on cameras is do your homework. And don't just read the PR that the camera people put out. See if you can read the forums. Welcome, Matrix Board. Glad to have you. Matrix Board, is that a PI Engineering logo from Matrix Board right there? Right there? Yeah, I think it is. Welcome. Not sure which one of the PI engineers we have, but we'll have to see. Anyway, do your research. Go to the forums, go to the Facebook pages, read the comments, find out what people are doing, what they're doing with their cameras, the things they're able to do, the things they aren't able to do. Oh, it's Maggie. What a coincidence. Aha. Now, this is what I call helpful feedback. Well, sort of helpful. I bought Marshall PTZs with NDI 4K. They suck. Well, there's sucking and then there's sucking. And it all depends on what you mean by sucking, because some sucking can be fixed or worked around, and then other sucking is just, yeah. So that's the beginning of a helpful comment. Yeah. Yeah. But did you go on? Here, let me put you to the test here. Did you go online and do your research on these Marshall PTZ cameras, the NDIs with 4K? Did you do some background on them? Did you talk to people that are using them? Did you even talk to somebody that was selling them, or did you just buy them online? See, that's the thing. It's so easy to buy these things online. I buy stuff and then I forget I buy it and it shows up and I'm like, where did this come from? Wow, somebody sent me a free sample. Except I paid for it, so that doesn't really count. I used to represent the Marshalls a while back, and it was difficult to get product because I was just a small mom and pop, or just a small pop shop. So being a small pop shop, I didn't get much attention, and that's okay. I get it. We can't all be superstars. All right, so Maggie sent me a Facebook message that says, oh boy, I just got back to my desk. I'll turn it on. And she's here. So there you go. All right, they have some sort of glow effect. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. But it may be, too, that, I don't know about the Marshalls, but some of the others, let me just turn this to where it doesn't even buzz. Yeah, there we go. Some of the others, improvements have been made to the cameras with firmware. I mean, I work with PTZ Optics and BirdDog pretty much exclusively. Those are my camera guys. And they're tweaking the cameras, even a 2-year-old model, a model that's been out, for a while, like the P200. John did a show yesterday on tweaking the P200. So there you go. I've got a P200 right here that I haven't updated the firmware on in forever. Hello, Otis. Glad to have you. Come on, find a seat. I think there's a seat over there next to John. So take a look. All right. Let's get this show on the road, as it were. Did we do something with this chat? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, it's back. I thought I broke the chat for a second. That's just me. All right, let's start the show. We're going to use the X Keys XK80 here and the little pink purple button that starts the show. Hello. Welcome. Glad you're here. Today is December 13th. There are 12 days till Christmas. And here are 8 ideas if you have a live streamer that you're shopping for. Or if you are a live streamer and you're shopping for yourself. Now, some of these are really actually things you can buy. And then there are some others. So let's go through the list. Shall we go through the list? Okay, we're going to go through the list. The first is this was a gift that was given to me by one of my children, I think 2 or 3 years ago, may have been longer. And it is probably on the list of my favorite gifts ever that have been given to me. And that is this little guy. That's right. This magnetizes and demagnetizes screwdrivers and other types of implements. And I use it all the time. In fact, I like it so much, I went out and bought a bunch of them, gave them to everybody I could think of, made sure that each one of my toolboxes had one of them. And then there's one here at the studio, and it's a lifesaver. You know, building a PC, eventually you're going to drop a screw in the worst place, and you can't always take the machine up, turn it upside down and shake it to get the screw out, because sometimes other things aren't quite fixed yet. So this magnetizer, demagnetizer. Oh, by the way, I'm putting the links to all this, to where you can get all this stuff in the description of this YouTube video. So upon the conclusion of the video, I think I've already loaded it, so it might already be there. You can go and click the links. This is available on Amazon, and it is an Amazon affiliate link for which I get a huge commission. So know, if you buy one of these, you are contributing in a major way to my retirement fund. Anyway, these are $4.67 on Amazon. You can probably pick them up at your local big box home improvement store. In fact, Amazon has got like deals. You can buy 6 of these for, X number of dollars, that kind of thing. But this is one of my favorite gifts ever, and very hugely utilitarian. If you are a person that likes to give gifts that are utilitarian, that is, not just pretty or trinkets or potpourri or, that kind of thing, this is a great one. And almost everybody, even everybody that's got tools, will appreciate something like this. This is my number one go-to gift. In fact, I've got some new neighbors coming in, and I may buy them a couple of these just as housewarming presents. Okay, so that's number one, the magnetizer. There are lots of brands. They all pretty much have this same pattern to them. And what's really funny is the pattern doesn't mean anything other than the demagnetizer. The demagnetizer is the one with the steps on it, and the magnetizer is the one that you can look straight through, and it's just a square. I mean, a rectangle. Anyway, if you've ever taken one of these apart, you'll realize there's just a series of magnets in it, and you're sending it through the south end of the magnet this way and the north end of the magnet that way, or vice versa. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the magnetizer. And again, you can contribute to my retirement by clicking that Amazon link. Next up, number 2 on the list is the official vMix thumb drive. And this is a 2016 relic from NAB. And you may have one. At that NAB 2016, vMix was giving away the thumb drive, of course, and on it was the newly released version, I don't know, 16, 17, 18, whatever it was. I should have looked it up here. And yeah, you could get one of these, and it has the vMix logo on it, and it's just a little protective guy. And out comes this is an 8 gigabyte drive. And by the way, these drives are hugely slow. Major improvements. I used to use it to load Windows onto new PCs, but I've retired in favor of others. This would be classified as Unobtanium. If you can get it, it's incredibly valuable. We can't even put a price on it. You just, yeah, if you've got them, keep them. They're getting more and more valuable every day. This is the vMix 8 gigabyte thumb drive, circa 2016 NAB. Yeah. Oh, and they came in different colors. They would come in blue, orange, and green. The vMix colors. There you go. vMix thumb drive. Definitely cool. In fact, I still use it from time to time. Okay. Oh, this next one up is really cool too. And this is, let's see if we can get it in the picture without a lot of glare. We'll try. And you'll say, Tom, what the heck is that thing going on there? Well, it's USB right there, and it's XLR, and this mouse-looking thing converts XLR to USB and USB to XLR. So two of these guys are inputs, and two of them are outputs. So you can connect quick and dirty now, very quick, very dirty. Windows driver. I don't think it does anything with an ASIO driver. So you can't get the individual mics. Maybe they come in, they come in left and right channels. That's what it is. It's left and right channel stereo. And then seems to me one of these XLRs, the output pair, one outputs mono and the other one doesn't output anything. And I've bought tons of these and they all work out the same way. But this is from Steller Labs. And it is so stellar that it doesn't even have a model number on it. I think there may be a model number on one of the devices, but these used to sell for about $35. And the first time I saw one of these is when I was repairing a vMix Go, which is a vMix portable machine that vMix themselves designed and sold several years ago. And this was inside the Go. And I thought, oh, that's a great idea. And it was basically just USB that plugged in internally. And then the XLR is plugged into some XLR jacks that went to the outside of the PC. And, that's pretty cool. Now, these are, last I checked, which was this morning, they are Unobtanium as well. The Newark, Newark, is an electronics company that used to sell these, and it says these are out of stock. So I don't know if they're temporarily out of stock or if they've been discontinued and they will never, ever appear again. If you're interested in one of these, $35, I have a few, and I would be willing to part with them. In fact, I would be willing to part with all of them to one person if you're interested. So anyway, great Christmas gift for your live streamer, especially somebody that does, really quick setups and needs a mic or two, needs maybe an output of some kind every now and then, or is building a system and wants to build something like this into it. Yeah, lots of options there. This is the Steller Labs USB XLR cable. It calls itself a cable, and it's model number 55-17815. 55-17815. About $35. Make me an offer. Make me an offer. Okay, so that was cool. I like this. This is cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right. Next, John, if you're still here, next on the list, you talk about Unobtanium. This is, yes, that's right. It's a Lego set. You can tell. It says 6+. I struggled with it myself. But it is the, it even has a model number, a BirdDog model number. It's the BD, BirdDog, P110L. P110, that's a camera. L would be Legos. How about that? Is that not cool or what? This is 138 pieces of Legos that will build you a P110 camera. Wait just a second. Don't go anywhere. And it looks like this. Is that cool? Let's see. Okay, that's the lens. That's the back of the camera where it has the camera number. That's the little Mohawk tally light at the top. And then, of course, it's got ports on the back so that you can connect USB and other things. Yep. Got BirdDog logo. Yep. Now, oh, it also comes with instructions. Very detailed instructions. And John, BirdDog P110L Unobtanium. Value is limitless. Value is limitless. And thanks to the guys at BirdDog for sending me not one of these, but two of these. What we need to do, John, at some point, we need to either auction this off or take whatever it is, and raise some money for some important charity somewhere. Let's put our heads together on that. You might not be able to do that, but I can. And I bet with a wink and a nod from Dan and Eamon, we could do something like that. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Did we just drop power here? Interesting. All right. So that's the BirdDog BDP 110L. Yep, that's cool. Very cool. Welcome, Xavier and John. Glad to have you guys here. Let's come up with something, John. Let's come up with something. Okay, that's the BirdDog. So we're halfway through our list. And isn't that cute? All right, now this is cool. And this can be a lifesaver. This you need to have in your little black bag. This is a PoE Plus injector, because there's going to be a situation where you're going to need PoE over Ethernet. Well, you're going to need power over Ethernet, and you're not going to have it available for whatever reason. You know, maybe you forgot your PoE switch and you have to deal with whatever the hotel is supplying as a network. And they're not going to have PoE on their network. So you're going to have an injector, and the injector comes with instructions and warnings and power cables, and it's just a brick. It's a brick where you plug in the power on the back. And by the way, I'm trying to get a shot here where it shows, there you go, where it's just that standard plug connection. Doesn't have a brick with it. It is the brick. And then on the other side, it's got, RJ45 in, RJ45 with PoE Plus out. Yep. This particular one is from TRENDnet. Hello, Steve. Glad you're here. Don't forget your job while you're here. This particular one is from TRENDnet. TRENDnet. I got it off of Amazon, and it was $25. $25. It's worth putting in your kit just to have it so you can say you've got one, even if you never use it. This particular one is the TRENDnet TPE 115 GI. Oh, Gigabit injector. TPE. Yep. All right. That's cool. That's cool. And I've used these a lot, especially before I got a Gigabit switch. I picked this up because it was $25 and a Gigabit switch was, $100. And I didn't want to invest $100 at that point. Wasn't sure, I needed to go that direction. Okay. That was number 5. Number 6, this is cool. And this is not Unobtanium. This is you notice the nice, highly customized box? This is a generic 4-port HDMI capture card. We're going to take it all the way out of the package. Comes in a little bubble package in addition to the generic box. Comes in a silver package to prevent against static electricity. And out we pull a generic 4-port HDMI capture card. Now, this is actually, you can find these online, and they go under several different brands, and that's why I call it generic, because, you know, anybody can put their name on it. And this is, it's really cool. I like the fact it's got a heat sink on one of the chips that supplies each one of the ports, and then the main processor here also has a heat sink on it. Again, let's try to get the lighting. There you go. That's a good shot of the heat sinks. It will require more than a one lane, an X1 PCIe slot. It'll require at least a 4-lane slot, a 4X slot, excuse me. But yeah. And you know, if you have a single U case, you could probably just take you know, the Sawzall and cut the top part off and just use the bottom part. Just teasing. It does come with a free thumb drive. And on the thumb drive is the driver. It also has, and this is amazing for a generic setup, it also has instructions written in English that are pretty usable. In fact, it says that there are some dip switches on the card. Let's see if we can find them here. Dip switches on the card. Are they on the back? Nope. Well, maybe this version didn't get the dip switches. Don't see dip switches. Oh well. It's dip switchless. So this is $250 for 4 ports HDMI, 1080p 60, and that's actually on our website. There's a link in the description to our website to this capture device. And yeah, we bought a truckload of them for a project that we were working on, and we have just a teeny number of left. But they're cool, and they seem to be really, really durable. We have never had to repair one or take one back and replace it. They just work. And that is the generic 4-port HDMI capture card on our website. $250. Doesn't have a model number because it's generic, right? Oh, this next gift is one of my favorites, and it's a great one to give to somebody that lives away because it's easy to mail. And this is the Datacolor video card. And excuse me, not a video card, a color card. And this Datacolor color card allows you to, that's right, to set up your cameras using color. It's even got shading on the back, whatever the heck those stuff are. I bought this one because I thought I needed it. And I probably still need it. Although these colors are pretty accurate. I mean, comparing what I see with what you see, you and I are seeing pretty much the same thing. Anyway, this little rascal is $25, available on Amazon. There's an Amazon affiliate link in the description, which again is going to give me a huge commission. I mean, you buy this for $25 and Amazon sends me $200. You believe that? If you believe that, let's go back and I'll sell you some of the Unobtanium stuff. No, I'm just teasing. This is great though. And it's a great gift, especially if you have a friend that asks you for advice on coloration and cameras. You give this to them and you say, okay, you know, give a man a fish, teach a man to fish. Yeah, you got that one. All right, last but not least, and this is one of my probably one of my all-time favorite pieces of gear. And this made in the U.S., proudly made in Michigan, is the X-Keys XKE. I'll explain the difference between an XK. The color card says $50 on the link. Well, we'll have to, I may have written it down wrong. My apologies. My apologies. Okay, this is the XKE 14. This is the one with the T-bar. So we'll go through the other stuff that's in the box in a second. But it's kind of like an unboxing, except you can't see the box. And in honor of Maggie, they have pink bubble wrap. So this is the XKE 14. And it is, it's sort of built like the XK24, except it's a little narrower. It's got a little wrist rest on it, but it has T-bar on it. And this is for those of you that are doing sports, especially those of you that are doing sports and replay with a laptop. This doesn't take up a lot of room. You can slip it in your backpack, and this is going to give you the ability to do slow-mo on your replays. Plus, vMix has a template that TJ Johnson has designed that will pre-program all of these buttons for your various functions, like you know, in and out points, 5, 10, maybe 15-second replay points, you know, play event buttons. All that can be customized to your delight. It's an XKE because it's got the T-bar. If it didn't have the T-bar, it would be an XK something, like the 24-button version, which has nothing on it, is the XK24. Right, Mags? Did I get that right? The E means its base is an aluminum extrusion. Well, there you go. Well, it just so happens that all the E's also seem to have devices on them. So much for that. So the E is aluminum extrusion. It is kind of weighty. I mean, it must be some pretty tough aluminum. I've never heard of one of these things breaking. I've never dropped one or thrown one, but I've heard that people have. So, yeah. So there we go. And it's got an 85-foot cord, the longest USB cord you can possibly find. And it, again, it plugs in USB, and it comes in pink bubble wrap. It's got lots of different cards and other things with it. It has a key puller. That's what this little metal thing is right here. The key puller. It has a few extra keys. It has directions. It has some blank labels which peel off and stick on. It has some pre-printed labels of all different types, none of which happen to be replay related, but that's okay. You can make your own. And then it's got instructions on how to apply labels and how to get an extension on your warranty. This is actually on our website, but I think I have an Amazon link to it, which means Amazon will probably get it to you faster than I can. This is $219, and it is the right tool for the job. If the job is, I need a replay on the go, this is the right tool for the job. Yep, love it, love it. In fact, I may give a friend one of these for Christmas. And all of a sudden, everybody says, I'm your friend. I meant a different friend. All right, so we've got a list of stuff that goes from $4.67, the great magnetizer, up to $250, the generic capture card, and things that are impossible to get, like the vMix thumb drive, or the BirdDog Lego set, or the now the Steller Labs USB. I've got a few of those, so we can make you a deal. So yeah, so there's a little something for everybody in everybody's budget for Christmas. Yeah, for Christmas. What do you think? What do you think? Is this year going to be the year you step out and you know, maybe somebody that did you a solid during the year, you know, helped you with a gig or gave you a referral for a gig? You know, this is a nice little thank you. I mean, That is my favorite Christmas present ever. Not including people. But you don't give people to each other for Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, Maggie says in chat, if you're watching live in the chat, she's Matrix board. The XKE64 replay controller, another one that TJ helped us with, helped us with the pre-made template for vMix. That's right. Yep. Yep. And I think if you look over my shoulder, my other shoulder, oh, it's back there in the dark. If I move my head, no, it's still in the dark, is my XKE64. It's an aluminum extrusion. Just want you to know that. Back at you, Tom Willis. Back at you. I got to go to Tallahassee and have lunch. You know a good place for lunch in Tallahassee? Let's do that. Let's do that this new year. So, Rich, what did you miss? Did you see something on that list that you might like to give me for Christmas? I mean, we go way back. Hello, Steve Hawkins. All right, let's go to the post show, and we can laugh at all of Tommy and Maggie's jokes. Shall we do this? Let's do this. We're going to take the X Keys XK80 and press one of the pink buttons right here. All right, there we go. Welcome, Steve Hawkins. Good to see you. Glad to have you. All right, let's see. What do we got here? The XKE 128, the XKE 40, and the XKE 40 rack mount. Okay, but those are all extrusions. And I have I ever had an XKE 40? I don't think I've ever had a 40. I had the 40 rack mount. And I've, of course, had the XKE 128, but I don't think I've ever had a 40. Ha. Thank you, Rich. The key to a realistic green screen like this is lighting. In fact, you don't even need a green screen. You just need lighting. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Back at you, TW. Hello, my friend. You know, Mags, it's really easy to be an X Keys fan because you guys are like real. Except for your crazy boss. Sometimes he lives out there in the stratosphere, but that's what engineers do. Yeah, they see things that other people don't see, and eventually they're able to create them and help people see them and make them and then share them with everybody else. So it's been my pleasure. It's been my pleasure. Okay, so Tommy says that we got to go to Elmer's restaurant in Tallahassee, Alabama. Elmer's. Let's do that in January, if it's not too cold. It's not too cold. He has an XK24 programmed for a PC game. Oh my gosh. You got to be watching this, not playing games. What can I say? Holy cow. Xavier, thanks for the heads up on that. I must have just written down the wrong number. In fact, I can see where I started writing down what's going on with our stream. Oh, it's back to red now. Isn't that weird? We generally don't have streaming problems. I mean, I've got a render time of 2 milliseconds, a CPU, total CPU of 4%, 1080, 60. And we're streaming at, I think, streaming at 4 using the AV1 codec. So we're streaming at 4 and we're having problems with internet? Holy cow. That is just not, that's cray cray. We got to get better internet. That's my New Year's resolution. What's the holiday schedule looking like? Well, thank you for asking, Rich. It is, I'm off next week. And I'm off the week after that, I think. Let me check the calendar here real quickly. And yeah, I'm actually leaving on the 20th and I'll be back on the 27th, both of which are Wednesdays. Going to have a long Christmas holiday with my mom. She is 90 and you know, doing a slow glide towards the end of her life. Very graceful and very warmly. That's her nature. And so I wanted to be able to spend a lot of time with her around the Christmas season. And that may be, you know how people are, when you get old like that, it's not uncommon for folks to die right after a big family gathering. It happened with my dad. He died the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we were all there in town to visit with him. He was not, I guess he was, I don't know if he was awake or not. Anyway, but I think he knew that we were around. And so I don't think my mom's in that situation, but you never know. You never know. When people start to get on that boarding ramp for their trip to heaven, sometimes the process speeds up towards the end. So we'll see. We will see. So I'll miss you guys on the 20th and the 27th, and I'll actually be back on January 3rd. So yeah. But Rich, if you weren't asking for that purpose, if you wanted to touch base about something else, shoot me an email or a text message or a Facebook message or whatever. And we'll be around. Aha. So Tim said that it buffered for about 10 seconds. That's probably the glitch that I saw here. For me on my end, I don't have a way to measure the internet live. You can do a speed test, but that's just a snapshot. I wish there was an internet meter that you could meter what possible internet you had available. I've got possibly 20 megs. I am using likely 4 megs. And that's AV1. And so, yeah. So Maggie says, I look really blurry. Well, Maggie, that's because I'm old. Now, you can check YouTube and see what YouTube is sending you. They may be sending you less than 1080p. They may be sending you 144p, which would make me blurry. Xavier says it dropped a couple of times. Tommy said, Maggie needs glasses. I just got rid of glasses, Tommy. Don't wish that on anybody. Otis said that they lost their YouTube stream Sunday 13 minutes into the service, but not Facebook. vMix flashing yellow and red. And, so the red was for Facebook. Thumbs up. The yellow was for YouTube. Yeah, we lost internet Sunday too. We streamed to Facebook only on Sunday. No, I take that back. We were streaming Facebook and YouTube, and we're supposed to have 60 megs upload, but it's a T-Mobile 5G kind of hotspot deal, and it's not reliable. It's not reliable, and so we lost it. So yeah, yep. All right, so Rich wants to talk next year. He's building a PepLink mushroom style bonding router that's very cost efficient. Well, that could be a silver bullet for a lot of folks. There you go. Maggie has her glasses on, Tommy, and the stream did drop a few times during the show. And Tommy says, somebody please give me a dictionary for Christmas. Oh my gosh. There you go. There you go. You know, and that's the nature of the internet. We are subject to the ebbs and flows of the internet. Even the big guys have problems. Even with their triple and quadruple redundancy, they still have problems. Yep. Hey, Kent, good to hear from you. Tom, have a great time with your family. You're with your mom and family over Christmas. Quick question on the update on vMix 27. And what will the update help? What? Sorry, Kent, didn't have enough characters there. Give me the rest of your message. Oh, good question, Tommy. You remember we did that show about 5 or 7 years ago on the golden age of live streaming. And yeah, I think we are. I think we are still in the golden age of live streaming. All right, back to work, Mags. Merry Christmas. My love to all you guys, your whole gang up there. So I think it's still the golden age, Tommy. And I think part of the golden age is that, and I compared it to the golden age of automobile manufacturing back in the 20s and 30s. Don't really want to include the 40s, but the 20s and 30s when almost anybody could manufacture an automobile. You know, if you had some cash and access to the right equipment, you could build your own automobile. You didn't have to build hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of them. There are some cars that are renowned for the fact that there were only a dozen of them built. And then there was a marked consolidation of the auto manufacturers till we ended up, with the big three here in the U.S. So I think we're still in that golden age where there's still a lot of innovation, and that things are still, what's the right word? That you and I are still able to take something and do something with it that maybe hasn't been done before. Just like what Rich was saying just a few minutes ago, of this bonding router concept that he's got. That was what was going on in the 30s and 40s, is that people were taking these cars, or 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, especially the 50s. They were taking the car and they were, attaching plumbing from the kitchen sink as the exhaust, and getting a marked improvement over whatever the manufacturer had. And that was the era of hot rodding, which again was part of the golden age of automobiles. So I think we're still in that golden age. I still think we're in that golden age. There is one in every crowd, Savior. Goodness gracious. Is it the golden age of live stream based on Tom's age? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Will do. Will do, Otis. Will do, Otis. What will the update help with Zoom again? The update, the vMix 27, if you haven't already downloaded it and tried it as a beta, vMix 27 is a rocket ship. And it's a what do you call those things? It's not a rocket ship. It's it's a rocket it's a bomb with wings on it. It will explode the whole concept of, yeah, Tommy, I feel your pain. Windows 27 allows vMix to interface with Zoom in ways that we never thought possible, and we always dreamed of, and we always hoped for, and we tried to find workarounds on. vMix 27 does it all with Zoom's thumbs up. Yeah, and once it gets released officially, Kent, I'll probably go through and review it again. I did that a while back, but obviously things keep changing. vMix 27 is up to version 27.0.0.55, which is the most modified beta version of any vMix that I know of. So they are older release versions of vMix that never made it to 5.5 in the entire time of their release. vMix 26 hasn't made it up to 0.55. And that means I think that more work was done on this. I think it was more complex, and so it required, you know, lots of tweaking. And I think it also probably required lots of collaboration with the guys at Zoom. And we're going to try to get some Zoom guys on here at some point after the first of the year. So, yeah. Are you still having problems with upgrading to Windows 11 and vMix? No, I don't have any problems at all. I just don't do it. That's the simple thing. I have not upgraded any of my systems. I've tested it, but I haven't upgraded any of my systems to Windows 11. Probably ought to do that again as a test after the first of the year to see if Windows 11 was any better. Windows 11 and vMix, I don't think were playing together nicely when I checked before. vMix was not able to accurately detect and display the CPU usage, for example, using Windows 11. And so it'd be nice to know if that was fixed. I know the Windows 11 audio, Heath from vMix did a YouTube video about maybe, you know, a month or 6 weeks ago on how to tweak Windows 11 to work better with vMix so far as audio is concerned, because there were some things in Windows 11 that were user options in Windows 10 that Windows 11 decided to make defaults. And so essentially the default version of Windows 10, so far as audio was concerned, was different than the default version of Windows 11. And so in order to make them equal, you had to go into Windows 11 and basically turn off some features, some automatic features that we wouldn't need. They may be good for people doing webcams or something, but yeah. Tommy didn't have any problems. There you go. That's the Tommy recommendation right there. Yeah. So is it just Zoom stuff, or is it other neat stuff in 27 compared to 26? There is other neat stuff. Two of the neat things that come to mind right off the tip top of my head. See them right there? 1, 2. I know. Where does he get this humor? It's just boundless, isn't it? Number one is AV1 encoding. AV1 is the codec that YouTube, Facebook, Netflix, and some others are using now to crunch video down even smaller than before so that they could send good high quality video over the internet, i.e. bandwidth, using less bandwidth. Same quality, less bandwidth, big savings. Well, we're not going to get the savings because we're not metering, we're not paying for our internet by the pound like they are. But we can get the savings when we are in a bandwidth compromised situation where all of a sudden we're used to having 30 megs up. Now we've got 8 megs up. How can we do a good quality stream at 8 megs up? And I did some videos and some testing on that a while back. Today we're streaming 1080p 60 at 4 megs. Okay. So that's number one, AV1 encoding. Number two is vMix went through and gave the whole layers section and the ability to move things around in layers, the position. They gave that a good rework. And when you take a look at 27, it's worth a good look, because I think you'll find some things in there that'll make your life easier. Yeah. And then there are a slew of new shortcuts, a lot of them to do with Zoom, but some other new shortcuts. What else have I, I've been using it so long now, vMix 27, that I forgot what's new and what's old. How about that? Oh, I know. There are more outputs. So if you go into settings and go into outputs, there are now 4 externals. So if you go to external outputs, yeah, there it is, external outputs. It used to be 1 for HD, vMix HD, I think 2 for vMix 4K and Pro, and now they're 4. I don't know if HD still has 1 or not, but so for folks that have physical output needs, that you're doing some video boards or you're going to a recorder or something like that, vMix has got to has got some options for you. But I remember Martin saying, or Tim or Heath, one of them, maybe all of them, when we put this power in your hands, you have to use it very respectfully, and you have to use it with a good knowledge of your own gear, because it will blow somebody out of the water somewhere, sometime. Kent says, sorry, Tom, I saw your Facebook post on the new version of 27, and I was wondering what the tweaks were. Oh, as of like 2 days ago, vMix released .55, and the post on Facebook basically said what they were. Let's see if we can't find it. It's in the Streaming Idiots group. If you're not a member of the group, we'd love to have you. Yeah, vMix 27.0.0.55 beta released. Question was, will this be the last one? And so some new Zoom triggers, new shortcuts, audio-wise solar and send to master status now in the API for buses, a couple of fixes, substantially improved performance when using local desktop capture to capture a particular window. So yeah, depending on what you're doing, Kent, there could be something for you if you're doing desktop captions, for example. But as of the .55, there's nothing striking or earth-shattering. It's just tweaks. Yeah, just tweaks. And that's the way it's been for the last several weeks. It's just, a little tweak here, a little tweak here. It's a in my mind, vMix 27 started out as a block of wood, and we're knocking pieces off of it here, and we're sanding pieces off of it here, and eventually we're going to come out with a lovely wooden sphere. And the question is, how many rough edges are still on this before it turns into a beautiful, smooth sphere? The sphere, not a spear, sphere. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. Sometimes I don't say it well. All right, let's see. Where are we here? We are here. All right, boys and girls, thank you for watching today. You have your Christmas list of options for streamers. A budget from $4.67 to $250. A little something for everybody. Use it and shoot me a note and let me know. Yeah, I gave Uncle Harry a magnetizer. You can give anybody a magnetizer. I'll tell you about that. All right. Appreciate you guys. I will see you on the flip side, January 3rd. Stay tuned.